Merry Christmas Eve, ladies and gentlemen, and today I thought it'd be the greatest Christmas activity to check iMarksman's Call of Duty tier list, because from what I've seen, this is probably one of the best
So COD 4
I've ever seen.
Next in
So
line there.
let's get
COD
it.
4 was really good.
I want to see it. COD 4
It was really good for its time.
It
really
still
good
is too.
pretty good now, I would say.
Also, I like that he put a never played. I have never played the first 3 Call of Duties, so this is pretty good for me to see. And COD 4 up and really good. I mean, this is already a great
its problems,
start.
don't get me wrong. It's like kind of in between here.
Definitely
but it was
had
still
its problems.
up in the top bracket.
Yeah.
And for the time, it was insane. There were no games out that performed at this level on the market, especially.
Well, Create a Class changed the entirety of multiplayer gaming as a whole forever. And I mean, people don't remember that that was what COD 4 did, but that is why Call of Duty even exists. It's because of COD 4.
Really.
You have to rate the game highly.
It holds up.
Of course. Yeah, it
Now,
still holds up. It holds up because we still play it. You know, even today.
You were to change it to try to improve it. You know, remove 3x frags, add explosive delay. There's a few things you could do to make search better. Probably a little bit better for respawn too. 3x frags probably messes up.
Like, I think it's interesting because a lot of people love the MW 2019 changes over MW like the original, but I honestly prefer when it was super overpowered and busted. I thought that was what made it actually fun.
But they did a lot of things right back then. They balanced overkill. If you used overkill, you couldn't have attachments on the weapons that you were using.
Which
so
I think honestly
primaries. And you lost Juggernaut or Stopping Power, which were huge.
Yeah.
Huge perks back.
Honestly, not being able to grab all the perks was nice. Not going up against a literal super soldier like an MW3 where they have like all the perks and stuff. So no way.
Back then it was really, they really thought about balancing. Nowadays, dude, it's like out the fucking window.
It's true. It's true.
It's not even there.
It is true, especially with bundles and stuff.
Let me find it. It was Call of Duty World at War. I would say it was okay.
Yeah,
it has problems. World at War.
I mean, listen, again, this is probably from a multiplayer and campaign standpoint fully, and I do have to say I barely played World at War's multiplayer, and I don't think it was as good as the Black Ops multiplayers, but I mean, obviously zombies, custom zombies, what started on World at War.
Was not well liked in the community.
Yeah.
And I will go through this list in general, and even though I think these games were pretty decent,
it's true. The casuals didn't like it.
Fans did not like it.
It's true.
I think, honestly, if you're a zombies player, this game goes up here.
Yeah.
Or up here.
For real. Like, see, this is what I'm saying. My man knows how to tier list. Let's go, Marksman.
This is
one of the first ones I've actually seen.
To Call of Duty. It's iconic for the zombies community.
Yeah.
I'm not a big zombies person, so from my point of view, I think it's okay, but it has its problems.
I think that is literally the perfect multiplayer casual place.
For multiplayer.
Okay, but has problems. I'm fair with that.
Still good.
I'm fair.
Very good game.
Yeah.
Introduce the zombies.
Even zombies has problems. Like World at War customs can be very buggy, and so it's a great initial experience, but was it the refined?
I don't think you could downplay that. So honestly, I would maybe put it up here even next to COD 4. But I'm going to go with just multiplayer because I played multiplayer for most of it.
Yeah.
I'll move it down a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Treyarch was known as the B studio back then, too.
Past World at War, we played Black Ops 1.
Ooh.
That would be this one.
I think Modern Warfare 2 was actually
okay,
next.
but had its problems. Actually, no, didn't we? Black Ops 1 didn't come into play yet. It was
it's MW2.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, sir. What is... Okay.
COD 4 again. There's duplicates.
His Black Ops 4... or his Black Ops ranking is a little bit interesting because I also think a lot of casuals didn't like Black Ops until Black Ops 2. BO1 was kind of like that underrated first.
Can I get rid of the duplicates? Nope.
What about
it's fine.
What about COD 4 remastered? Because that's where I played COD 4. Good. Yes, sir.
Modern Warfare 2 is really good.
See, actually giving what Modern Warfare 2 deserved. This is what I'm saying.
Again.
It deserves to be up here.
That's what the people like from the franchise. It's what and I don't know why.
It's better than
most people who have played
the newest MW2.
Don't play nowadays.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Yeah.
They've either moved on to better games or stopped playing games a lot. They don't
I
really
agree.
care.
I agree.
It's
so true. The old casual community of COD are probably just playing other games now.
From an average fan base perspective, from back then to even now, people want a modern game. Modern Warfare 2 was really good. I don't think it's the best. It had its problems as well.
I agree.
There was the Javelin glitch, which you guys even experienced in the newest Modern Warfare 2. It was a problem back then.
But it is up there. I don't like when people diss on MW2 because this was like the most popular game when it came out, bro.
As well.
Nothing was beating
MW2
MW2
package
back
glitch where you could run around really, really fast. People didn't really love Commando Pro and getting knife lunged from 45 yards away.
Yeah. Even though it was hilarious.
The biggest one is probably known from One Man Army Noob Tubes and
Nukes.
Danger Close.
I mean, Nukes came into MW2. It was a huge deal.
An issue for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Big hatred for that shit.
Yeah.
Funny fact is there was an update, I was told by the developers, I think, that they were going to fix this stuff, like the One Man Army stuff, and balance things out.
Oh, no way.
And the update never went live. They just never did it. But it was planned, and it was worked on, and it was never sent out.
I low-key wish they did, because I think if they did, people would look back at this game much more fondly. That's actually so
also
shocking.
Pretty iconic for having some of the best maps ever made.
100%. The most memorable
Karachi,
ones. Rust.
Favela.
Yeah, Favela.
Quarry.
Yeah.
High Rise.
So many god-tier maps.
Iconically good maps.
Yeah.
Well-made, multi-leveled maps, multi-lane, not just straight lanes with freaking head glitches and making everything shit. Had a lot of really good ones.
And they felt like actually really well designed. Like
Past
all the
way
through.
We go into Black Ops 1.
BO1, he puts an okay but has problems. I doubt it though,
this is
bro.
COD 4. Put that down there. Or COD Original. Sorry, put that one down there.
Yeah, I've never played the first three CODs.
Black Ops was okay but has problems. Again, people don't love Black Ops.
Again, I think he's 100% right. He is nailing what casuals thought about these games at the time. Because while, yes, as a Zombies fan, I think World at War and BO1 is above that, I think this is actually where casuals
back in time
think of these games.
Favored among the fans.
It's true. It is so true.
Black Ops, I kind of liked World at War. I kind of liked a lot of these games. They weren't super legendary, though. They didn't have the best maps out there.
Treyarch was a B studio back then. Now they're the A studio, man.
They
it's
weren't
wild.
well liked by the fans. I mean, when you released this game after Modern Warfare 2, I think it's crazy to say I never went back to Modern Warfare 2 and played it, I don't think. I played Black Ops the whole time.
Same. And most casuals actually did the opposite. Casuals actually went back to MW2 because they were like, bro, what is this multiplayer? I remember people thought Black Ops 1's multiplayer was cartoony. Literally, I remember that being a huge complaint about it back in the day. Like, Treyarch didn't find their footing. But Zombies did. Oh, man, Zombies did.
This is kind of the era of good games for Call of Duty.
Yeah, it really is.
You guys have shit games nowadays to play. Honestly, you do. You have shit games. You're gonna notice this. A lot of these older games are among the higher parts of this like rating system. This is
why this is the best tier list video I think I've ever seen. This is like spot on nailing
Not some rose tinted glasses.
Yeah.
There's reasons for it.
No, it is
the
reasons
they made, a lot of the balancing like things that they did.
It's not just nostalgia.
All of them were decently thought out.
And
now it really is kind of like just a shit show. I would say that a 12-year-old with Forge from Halo could make better maps than most of the things we're playing right now. And
he's spitting. This is so factual. I mean, like, and everybody says, like, oh, we're looking back at rose-tinted glasses or goggles or whatever. No, this is literally just how it was. It was just every map in these, like, 4 games were iconic, man. And you can tell when they're bringing back content from these old games still today in the newer COD games.
Call of Duty multiplayer.
Mad.
If they released a map editor system in Call of Duty, you would probably see better fan-made maps than the actual maps designed by the developers.
Spitting.
And I don't think
and same thing with Zombies. I'm telling you, Black Ops sequel in 2025, please do this.
Probably even close.
I agree.
think the fans would make better shit so much faster.
Yeah. He's spitting.
And the reason is
100% factual.
You'll notice a trend here. I might do a map tier list in the future, but all the best maps have the same things in common, just like all the best games have the same things in common.
Yeah.
And you're going to see that.
Very good list.
We went into Modern Warfare 3.
Yes. I was not as big of a fan.
Really good game.
But still, it was an amazing game. Like, out of these 5 games, I think I did play multiplayer the most on MW3. But it still, in my opinion, just wasn't as great as the original 4.
I would say halfway through this game's life cycle, it would get moved down here or down at least on the half bar.
Same.
And that's because halfway
this
through,
is a good list, man.
Changed
Let's
Recon
go.
Pro. Not Recon Pro, I'm sorry. Recon Pro is always a problem where you throw a flash grenade and it would show someone on the radar like it was a VTOL.
Too many perks you could get in this game, man. People became
it basically was like calling it an advanced UAV. If you play the new games, they're called advanced UAVs, but they changed the names over the years. If you threw a flash grenade off spawn, you flashed like 3 or 4 people on the other team. They basically showed up like it was an advanced UAV for 6 or 7 seconds. And if you didn't have dead silence on, it was like 12 seconds.
Wow.
But there was no counter to it, which was really stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you not have a counter in the game? Nothing. Literally nothing.
It's wild because MW3 sort of started the phase where Dead Silence became one of the most important perks to ever run. You can literally see that.
And then halfway through the game's life cycle, they added Sitrep Pro, or they changed Sitrep Pro, and they made it so you could sound whore people with Dead Silence like 50 yards away.
Yep.
Like, I could hear you with Deddy literally halfway across the map half the time.
That's
if you didn't have
so
Deddy, it was
insane.
even louder. It was the same distance, but it was even louder. It was absurd.
That's wild.
And it made Modern Warfare 3 much campier.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who played Search pretty consistently, back then it was more of a community, and we knew each other because we played against like the same people a lot. I do now too, I guess, but people now, I guess, are just not respectable. They're fucking losers. Back then,
well, it's also because the Fortnite effect. This was pre-Fortnite where people were casuals. The Fortnite effect basically made everything ultra competitive.
you would purposely not use things.
Yeah.
Everybody knew and accepted that you won't use Recon Pro and you won't use Sitrep Pro, and if somebody does that, we're all going to fucking do it. That's gonna make your game miserable. And so that was the census back then.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't agree with this placement of putting it in here next
Most
to
of the time,
Triumph
even though it was an
titles.
issue, a lot of the players that played a lot would not use it purposefully. And if somebody did use it, you had classes made to just instantly make
To
the game
just
way
counter
less
it.
fun.
Yeah.
And so we did that. But
Yeah. So
still a
that's
good
not
game.
that fun to
Again,
play against.
Iconically good maps.
I'd rather play one-man RB Noob Tubes against that. Like, Dead Silence and being able to hear people like that is...
Well-made maps in this game. Between these two games, I would say you could make an entire game, an entire COD game with like as many maps as we're getting now as remakes that would all be top-tier maps.
For real.
So,
yeah,
they should
way
look at
better
these
than
maps
the
and
new
be like,
Modern
that's
Warfare
what we should make.
trilogy. Yeah, for
Going
sure.
past Modern Warfare 3,
It's
What do we
BO2, the classic,
Black Ops 2.
the GOAT.
Black
Come
Ops
on.
2 is the best game ever made.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is the best list I've ever seen so far, bro. There's not one miss. Not one miss.
It's easy. There's only going to be one game up here.
Yeah.
That's Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
It's the
Goated.
best game they've ever made.
Goated with
It
the
was
sauce.
well designed in maps.
All the way
They
through.
realized that the futuristic or the modern games were working better for them than the old games.
Yeah.
They didn't go as far into the past. It was relatively...
Wow, it's almost like we should stop making World War II games, Call of Duty. It's almost like funny that the last two World War II games were almost like the two most terrible games.
In the present, they had decent gun choices in terms of burst weapons, fully auto weapons, SMGs, and rifles. The maps were well designed, so you could use all those weapons on a lot of them. You
Yep.
had a good shotgun as well. You could use the R870. In general, this game was good.
MP was phenomenal. Campaign was phenomenal. Zombies was also super phenomenal. A unique experience we will never get back because Jason Bundell and Jimmy Zielinski worked on that one game. That is why I think BO2 is the best. It is something that even if we tried to recreate it, it just might not capture what the original was able to do.
Snipers were also good. People liked the DSR, and they liked the... I can't remember the other one at the moment. But this game
The
had
Ballista.
well-made guns. Not the best balancing weapons. Like, there was obviously the M8 is the best rifle.
I remember this game was so popular that when David Vonderhaar wanted to change the DSR fire rate, people were literally sending him death threats. Like, that doesn't even happen in Call of Duty anymore because it's just not even that popular. What a wild time to have lived back in 2012, man.
For picking people off. But snipers were also good. I mean, it worked in a lot of ways. The Ballista, thank you.
Yes.
This game did everything right. They had Dead Silence as well. They even had an awareness, although awareness wasn't as used because it wasn't.
The maps
as
were
effective.
so
It was still very
amazing.
good.
Iconic down
You
to
could
the
jump
bone.
corners. You could play aggressive. You could drop
Yep.
shot. You could jump shot. You could. It worked for everything. It was
Yep.
good. If you wanted to camp, you could also camp, but there was ways to counter it.
Yeah.
They had a good perk system.
I do like the movement, I would say better in the newer Treyarch titles with like Slide and also Dolphin Dive, but like I do have to say BO2 nailed multiplayer movement to the
System,
core,
yep.
man.
It wasn't like what you see now. The perk in the weapon system and everything was made off of the pick 10, so you get 10 points. You have to build your class around those 10 points.
And Pick 10's coming back for the BO2 sequel, man. That's what I'm saying. It's the best created class system ever made, bro. Period.
Nothing can come
Nothing
close to
will beat
BO2.
it. Exactly.
Yet, for some reason, they don't copy like any of the things that were in BO2. You've never seen
Not yet, at least. 2025. I'm excited.
the pick 10 system used again. Actually, you did see pick 13 in BO3. So they used it a couple other times, but you haven't seen it used in every COD sense, which you should. Anytime they make
it's
something
true.
good, they should automatically carry that over and try to build upon that, and they just don't do that, which is why you...
I fully agree. This man has been spitting nothing but facts for the last like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Absolute Marksman, go
We
off.
get shit games half the time.
Yes.
Or more than half the time.
Why don't they just go back?
Going past BO2.
It's the same thing. Why don't they just do the same thing with BO3?
There's a duplicate of it. Put that up there. We had what?
It was Advanced Warfare?
Black
No, it
Ops
was
2.
Ghosts. It was Ghosts. It was Ghosts. No, it was Ghosts.
Ghosts. That's
Yeah.
right.
Put it at the bottom,
We
fam.
have Call of Duty Ghosts. Ghosts
Like,
was not a
no, think about it. How is it that we went from Pick 10, one of the best games of Call of Duty of all time, to Ghosts? That literally proves his point about how why don't we just take the best and re-emulate it? No, they don't
game.
do that. It's mad. Like,
Not a good
Ghost is
game,
the proof
in my
of that.
opinion.
I agree.
First off, the kill time was way too fast.
Way too fast. TTK
People
was
say
too
the kill
tight.
time's too fast now. I think the
No,
fastest
no.
kill
Ghost
time
was-
in Call of Duty Ghosts.
I
Ever.
agree.
Ever.
Yeah, I
Okay?
agree.
The
So
maps
fast.
were not good.
Yeah.
Every single thing had a thermal on it.
Yeah.
Everything. You'd use a thermal LMG. I think even
I
competitive, they didn't
remember
ban
that,
thermals back
bro.
then, which
Yeah.
it was thermal LMG, thermal
Yeah.
M4, or I think back then it was called the
Because
Remington.
they had a huge buff, because in this game they did a lot of work on the sights, and so yeah, it makes sense that thermal was the
Yeah,
meta.
sorry, thermal Remington, AR, thermal snipers.
just so
I don't think
lame.
there was anything good about Ghost that I could say was like.
No.
Destructible environment was kind of cool.
Extinction, I think Extinction brought some really cool systems to grind for, like the teeth system. That was really cool. Outside of that, not so much.
But it was not a good game.
Yeah.
This game was designed on horrible maps.
Yes.
With a super fast kill time.
Yes.
Every map was like walk 4 feet and hold left trigger, and then just basically kill someone instantly.
Nothing
Every
but
single
facts,
map was
man.
like that.
Nothing
This
but
was the
facts.
first game that I stopped playing COD.
Same.
Went back to an old game.
Yeah, same. I religiously did not play Ghosts. Even with Extinction, I didn't even buy the DLC when it was coming out. I played the first map over and over. I liked it, but I was like, I'm not going to buy any of this DLC, bro.
Never done that before in any other Call of Duty ever for years and years and years.
Yeah.
This is the first game after like 4 Prestiges. I was like, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
And I left. I went back.
Spin, man, Marksman. Let's go. This is a goated list.
I don't know how
bro.
anyone could say this game was good when this game came before it. I really don't.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
He's spin. Oh my gosh.
I'm putting the not good category.
There's no misses in this entire list. This is the best list I've ever seen so far.
I think Ghost was not good.
Yeah. Ghost.
Moving
Not even
past
worth mentioning.
Ghosts, we had what game then?
BO3, baby.
It was-
Oh, no, Advanced Warfare. And then BO3. Yeah.
Not World War II. Was it
Oh,
AW, right? Yeah.
It was AW. I'm curious, where is he going to put
is
this?
Infinite Warfare.
AW
Where's the
is...
this one. AW was okay, but it has
Okay.
its problems.
I do have to say that, honestly, I do think Advanced Warfare is a better game than Ghosts. I mean, even just from the zombies perspective, it had exo zombies. I take exos over Extinction. I still don't like Extinction too much. So,
I'll throw these down here again. There's no reason to have duplicates, I guess, up here.
yeah, true.
As that is.
Yeah, no, I think Advanced
AW,
Warfare is
I put
fine
above
there.
it.
Okay, but it has
AW, I know a lot
major
of people don't
problems.
like the advanced movement in Call of Duty, and this was a little over the top. This
Yeah.
is also the first time that you saw skill-based matchmaking just cranked into the ceiling.
That's
It was the highest it's
true.
ever
I
been.
forgot about
But
that.
I would say it was okay. It just had its problems, and they learned from those problems. And I'm just gonna move through this really quick. They learned from those problems, and then made BO3. Like they.
This is the best list I've ever seen, bro. This guy gets it, Marksman. Let's go. Bro, you totally understand because, yes, this game had so many problems. The advanced movement in Advanced Warfare felt stiff. It felt like you go up vertically, then you go horizontally. It didn't have that, like, smoothness within the motion, and that's what BO3 excelled on so well, and even brought those mechanics into zombies, like wall running, like swimming, like all sorts of different types of aspects with like the low gravity. Oh, Marksman, you got it. I'm impressed.
They saw that
My
the
man,
movement system
he
was really
gets
too
it.
much. They saw
He
that the
sees.
skill-based matchmaking was too much. They went to BO3 and they turned that skill-based matchmaking down a little bit. Obviously,
Yes.
it's still a problem and has been for years. But this game,
I mean, bro, comparatively to Advanced Warfare and what we're getting now, yeah,
this is a game that
not
if you go
even
look up
close.
YouTube videos of this game, you're going to see people dropping 4 nukes in the game.
Yeah,
150 kill and like to 0 games. And that's because back then all they did was reverse boost. And people still do that. They
Yeah.
still reverse boost all the freaking time. Okay?
Yeah.
All the time. They would have purposefully modded accounts that would like have 0 kills and like 50 million deaths. And so they would just queue all day long while streaming and purposefully play against the worst players imaginable and drop 3 or 4 nukes a game every game.
Literally.
And that's why
I stopped playing multiplayer with Advanced Warfare. I just thought it was too mega competitive. I just played Exos basically the whole year. Also, I do have to say the Advanced Warfare campaign is miles better than Ghosts. And also, not BO3's though. BO3's campaign is the
future games
is the rough.
They made it so
the rough patch of the game.
Matchmaking took into account your 5 or 10 most recent games because otherwise people would have modded accounts still killing bad players over and over.
Yeah.
So this game is the reason that was created.
Yep, literally.
Yeah. I mean, I think Advanced Warfare was not as bad as people give it credit for because it was the first time that Sledgehammer had made a game on their own. And
it's
it was
true.
The first time they ever tried.
While I dislike Sledgehammer games, I do give them respect for Advanced Warfare because I'm gonna be honest, I still think Advanced Warfare is better than most of the games they've released afterwards.
Be futuristic,
to be quite honest,
which is super hard to do.
Yeah,
so I give them some credit. It obviously had its problems.
100%.
I put it at the okay category.
EMZs on Exos,
that's where I throw it.
Terrible problem.
Past Advanced Warfare, we made BO3. BO3 was a go-to game. It was good. It was a really good game.
This man doesn't miss
what Advanced Warfare should have been to begin with.
Exactly.
Less vertical.
I still think the best futuristic game by far. Like, sure, even though the campaign sucked, the gameplay of it was still fun because of how smooth the motion was.
Verticality in it, but the advanced movement system actually still benefited good players. If you wanted to sit in a corner and camp and watch one way, you couldn't just watch one way. You had to watch the whole vertical lane. And that made it so aggressive players who wanted to push had a better chance to kill bad players who were sitting in corners and camping, which is obvious.
The maps were phenomenally designed. I think the best version of Nuketown even is on Black Ops 3 because of how well they integrated the Nuketown environment with the new advanced mechanics, with the jetpack, with the wall running, with the double jump. They absolutely nailed it in BO3. Best zombies game, incredible multiplayer. If the campaign was better, it could be sitting right next to Black Ops 2, in my opinion.
Obviously, the exact opposite of what you're playing now in Modern Warfare 2.
Exactly. Exactly.
BO3 had a lot of fun levels in them, like Micro or Zoo. Was it called Zoo?
Bro, and the DLCs were so amazing for BO3's multiplayer map. Hijacked a ship in the sky, the water park map. They freaking killed it on this game, bro. They nailed it.
I think of the water level, but it's not a water level. Splash.
Splash, yes. That's the name.
And Splash, really cool, vibrant levels with some water
so beautiful
as well. They had the wall running, which was cool. They had cool types of like jumps that you could do and put together. The G slide was a thing, which was removed from the game because it was considered a bug.
It was
for
insane.
Those of you that were complaining for years about the slide canceling. There was another one in this game called the G slide. It was very fast. It made it so rushing was crazy.
Again, because you could slide
videos
fast.
I have of these videos, all these games. They're on my channel. And you'll see me do these things. The G slide was very good for being aggressive.
It was super OP.
The sniping in this game was fun. The smoke thermals was good for one ways. You could use other guns and play aggressive, or you could play slow. I wasn't a fan of the VMP. I think their weapon balancing was kind of shitty.
I agree. I think that is also because of BO3's microtransaction system. Like, you had Gobblegums, and also you had the super busted weapons they were adding. And I remember actually going to Treyarch Studios and seeing them design some of the weapons when we were there to actually play. The Z-House was there to play Drak first in the world, and I vividly remember them designing these weapons and just freaking chucking them in the game. And so, of course, I do have to agree that the balancing was definitely off because of the new weapons.
In my mind, they nerfed the Kuda when it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Like, the Kuda wasn't already the second or third best SMG in the VMP.
I have to say, I think since BO3, the balancing has still been very bad. In BO4, we've had very strange balancing. Cold War, like even the newer Call of Duty games, something is going wrong with the balancing team. I don't know why they make the decisions the way they do.
He was the best.
I don't get it.
But it also had a lot of fun weapons in the game, like the disc weapon, the Destructo disc, or the Shadow Claws.
D115 disassembler.
Did a lot for fun,
that thing was sick.
Sorely needed in Call of Duty. A lot.
It was amazing. Yeah, no, BO3 killed it.
Past BO3. This is when things got incredibly worse.
Yes,
You're
unfortunately.
gonna notice there's not much in the bottom half of this graph yet.
Yeah.
Past BO3.
It's true. After
the first game we
BO3,
had
we start crying.
Infinite Warfare.
Oh gosh,
Not
where is he
Infinite
gonna put
Warfare.
this? No, it is Infinite. Yeah, Infinite
Infinite
Warfare was after BO3.
Infinite Warfare, I think, is widely accepted
Sheesh.
as the worst game they ever made.
I have to say, as a casual, I can understand this. I'm not even mad because IW was the most disliked Call of Duty trailer of all time. Still one of the top 50 most disliked videos on YouTube of all time. Multiplayer, I know a lot of people did not like. Campaign was here and there. However, the zombies is one of the greatest zombie modes ever made. But most people didn't want to give this game enough of a try at that point to even test that. And so, honestly, I'm fair with it being right at the bottom. Most people would agree with this.
Everybody hated this game. This game made a lot of players, especially with the release.
This game was dead before it launched, and I think this game also ruined a big reputation in Call of Duty for being the #1 game every single year consistently with both sales and quality. Now it's just the sales numbers that gets basically shown because a lot of people do not like quality of the current Call of Duties right now.
Of Fortnite completely quit Call of Duty and go play Fortnite because this was such an incredibly awfully made Call of Duty.
I think Fortnite didn't come until BO4. But I know that Infinite Warfare people were playing different stuff.
It was so futuristic and so stupid in so many ways. They introduced the dumb health bar above people, which wasn't really needed and isn't needed in Call of Duty. It wasn't in any of these games, and everyone still liked them. Don't know why we had to include the health bar.
They should have put it in zombies. I mean, they put it in Black Ops Cold War zombies, you know?
It doesn't matter. I think in general, this was like one of the first times they started trying to like make things a lot more noob friendly. One of the ways, at least. The health bar was like an example of that. But this game was shit.
I agree.
Hated this game.
I agree. It was dead before launch. It died on the trailer. And that's unfortunately that was the casual experience of Infinite Warfare.
Not anything that was good.
Zombies was great.
You're saying the only thing that good was adjustable score streaks. I don't even know what those were. I can't remember.
I mean, neither.
To second prestige in this game and quit and never played again.
Yeah, I agree. I remember playing the majority of IW's multiplayer at a Call of Duty event. Not even freaking.
It was terrible
at my house, bro.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is not just my take. I think it's very well accepted. This is the worst.
No, I agree. I agree. As a casual, standpoint, I agree.
We had, was it Black Ops 4?
Yeah, BO4 was next, I think. Was it BO4? Or no, we had World War II. No, we had World War II.
World War II first.
Yeah,
huh?
World War II, then BO4.
Then BO4?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wow, what a cycle. I forgot about that.
Oh, man. World War II.
Better than IW, I would say. Like, I do have to say the zombies is worse than IW.
Max level in World War II, I'm pretty sure.
But I think everything else was better, except maybe campaign.
I think Call of Duty World War II.
IW's campaign was amazing.
Not good. Mostly, I'm going to put actually really not good. Mostly
you know what? I'm fine with that.
COD, everyone complained at Infinite Warfare about boots on the ground. They didn't like.
I don't know if I'm all right with it being below Ghosts, but I still agree that I have not enjoyed any of the new World War II games. Either World War II or Vanguard, both were completely horrible for me. I did not like these games at all. The only thing I really like about World War II is Final Reich. The rest of the DLC on World War II Zombies was not enjoyable for me at all.
Like this, they wanted to play Boots on the Ground. They brought back Boots on the Ground, and it did just some of the just worst maps possible, man.
That was the big ploy with this, is that the big selling point was because of the backlash of Infinite Warfare, which still ended up making this Call of Duty game absolutely horrific. Like, nobody is going back out here to say, I'm going to play World War II Zombies. No.
Like, it was...
Maybe sometimes for Final Reich, but not World War II just in general.
Literally, every map was like, run forward 8 feet, hold left trigger on a head glitch with an STG, and
literally.
Move.
Yeah, the multiplayer was horrendous at launch.
It was so bad.
They fixed it later, but
I don't know why.
I still don't like World War II.
The maps would just ruin this game. But even if the maps were good, World War II games don't do well. Old games don't do well. Old games and two futuristic games do not do well among the Call of Duty fan base.
Activision, please do not ever make a World War II game. We are just so sick and tired of that time era. It's been overdone. We understand what happened in the story. We respect what happened during that time period. But let's move on. Like, Call of Duty was killing it When they were using freaking aliens from outside of the world to freaking get zombies into the game. Like, bring that fantastical element back into Call of Duty. I've always said this. If they ever do a steampunk-only version of Call of Duty, where it's like just like Origins throughout the entirety, like an Origins multiplayer campaign zombies, that will be one of the best Call of Duty games ever. They need to go outside of the box more, man. It doesn't have to just be futuristic. Try something fantastical too.
They hate it. Okay?
You know,
it's
so true.
You have to,
because you get World War II if you don't.
Era, within 20 years of the current time, give or take. Okay,
I'm fine with that too. Yeah, modern or futuristic or fantastical.
I'm not sure this is COD 4 remastered or not.
No, I don't think there's COD 4 remastered.
COD 4 remastered was not good.
I think I agree. It was just another game to pad out Infinite Warfare.
The reason being,
I enjoyed it though. I thought it was all right.
Version. I don't think we have it down here, to be honest with you.
No, I mean that's all right. It was all right. It was my first introduction into COD 4, and then I went back.
The reason being, COD 4 was just not good on the remastered version. Is because they started adding like pay-to-win shit and trying to add new guns to the game. Like there's.
Yeah,
they took COD 4.
They pulled a BL3, which everybody is going to be upset about, and I agree. That's a huge L.
And I don't know why, but they like defended that they were like making new shit by adding in new guns and like trying to build on it, and it obviously fucking failed miserably. Everybody quit. Everybody quit. They didn't want it. All right, you either make the game like it was, and if you're gonna make changes, you make good changes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is low-key what scared me about the new BO2 sequel coming out, because they do say they want to add remastered maps and remastered weapons, and I just hope they don't pull a Modern Warfare remastered.
Adding in a new gun? Okay, you can add in a new gun. But if you're going to do that, you have to balance the old guns a little bit more, and you have to make sure 3 times frags is balanced. You have to do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
You just added in new guns and said, let's just make the game fucking worse. Let's just break it even further.
Yeah.
And so
you
took a game that was great for its time, instantly made it worse by adding stuff that it didn't deserve and adding things that it didn't need, and trying to sell it to us as a game that it was what it once was. So not
like
good.
I said, it's insane. Honestly, I agree now more so with this point of this being the worst game, because COD 4 remastered and World War II were literally backlash responses towards Infinite Warfare. So honestly, no other Call of Duty game had that type of backlash, and I have to say, I think I agree with him that it is literally designed to be the worst game because of audience reception, even though I would say that IW Zombies is one of the best zombies game modes ever created.
Just not good.
That is so true, though. What a great point.
That, what we were up to? We're up to World War II. Then it was BO4.
Yeah, where's BO4 going to be?
I'm going to say, God, I don't know if I put it in the category. I'm going to put it in the never played category. I don't want to rank BO4 because I don't feel like I played it enough to say it's bad or.
I think okay, but has problems is probably the best tier for it. That would be my guess.
A little bit, and I didn't stick with it because Fortnite was just such a better game at the time.
And that's the thing. Black Ops 4 unfortunately got shafted because of Fortnite by literally every human being.
Like, it just was.
Yeah.
Like, I played World War II and Fortnite. Actually, no, I think it back. I think I said I played Fortnite with Infinite Warfare. I didn't play that. I went back to.
There's no way Fortnite was out during this time because Infinite Warfare was a 2016 game. Fortnite didn't really come out till like the end of 2017 in terms of Battle Royale.
2 again, I think. Again, I played BO2 for 4 years.
BO2 is goated,
I think in World War II or COD or in BO4, I quit the game and I went to play Fortnite.
Yeah. It was BO4 for sure.
I had Max Prestige in this.
Everybody was.
And then in this game, I didn't play because
on
I was
BO4. Yeah.
And I think Fortnite is just a much better game.
Yeah.
It was just way better.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
I think this game, honestly, sometimes it makes me wonder if they should have even added Blackout and just focused on MP and zombies because they just knew they couldn't even have competed with Fortnite at the time. Even like they tried, it did not work. So it makes me wonder, maybe they should have just put all the resources into MP and zombies, but I don't even know if that would have been enough. The meteoric rise of Fortnite during 2018 was unstoppable, literally.
People judging this because I didn't play it a lot. I would say it would be not good in my mind, just from what I remember.
I mean,
if it was somewhat decent,
I think that's
I would
fair.
have probably stuck with it more and played it instead of abandoning it to go play a brand new game and trying to make content around a brand new game. I remember it had health bars in it, which again is stupid. Just not necessary for COD. Stop fucking doing that.
Again, I think it's all right for zombies for PvE mode, but even then, it's very unnecessary.
Yeah, but I'll leave it down here. I'll let you guys be the judge of that one.
I think BO4 should be okay, but has problems. It should be right in here. With BO1, World at War, Advanced Warfare, because it's not inherently a bad game. There's a lot of great stuff in BO4. It's just not comparable to Fortnite.
Going past BO4. What did we play?
After BO4 was, what was it?
Modern Warfare at that point?
No, Modern Warfare. Oh, yeah, it was 2019. Oh my gosh, really?
Modern Warfare?
I forgot.
Cold War didn't go first. It was
no, yeah, Modern Warfare, then Cold War. Bro, that is so wild. I can't believe MW 2019 was after.
I think Modern Warfare is up here, probably, only because
it really makes me wonder if Fortnite never existed, what would Call of Duty have been? Because Modern Warfare really was the reaction response towards the meteoric success of Fortnite, right? So this game might have been completely different. Who knows?
And Warzone's free.
Yeah. I'm fine with Warzone being there.
It's just here.
I agree. I don't think it compares even to the first incredible run that we had from COD 4 to BO3. I agree with that. I don't think it compares. Yeah.
There's no way I'd put it up here.
Yeah.
Absolutely no chance.
Very fair. Factual, man.
It's kind of more in the middle.
This is the best tier list I think I've ever watched. This is incredible.
These are like great examples of games that they kind of stumbled into making that were somewhat decent, but mostly people consider them decent because they were surrounded by total shit.
And listen, I think you see people saying MW 2019 is the best Call of Duty because these people did not play the COD 4 to BO3 run. They had no idea what good was, bro. They had no clue.
Like you just
it's so true. This is the best tier list I've ever seen. I'm so impressed.
But it also had plenty of bad ones, and I've listed those tons and tons of times in my videos.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think this game is overrated because a lot of new Zoomers played MW 2019 and were saying this was the best Call of Duty game ever when they just had not experienced any of the old ones.
They could have done a lot more.
I'm
not sure where Blackout is. I don't think Blackout's even on here, but if it was, fuck Blackout.
I mean, Blackout's really BO4.
That too. I don't know how you can make Blackout, Warzone, and Warzone 2 and never have a ranked mode in fucking any of them.
The facts. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy to me.
Is that insane?
Anything of value for winning other than experience.
What does a ranked mode take? Okay, you need to make the ranked icons. So they would rather make 3 whole Battle Royale maps than ranked icons. Literal PNG images. I'm dead, bro.
Like, how are you so lost?
I know,
Seriously,
dude.
How are you so lost?
Marshall, you're
Play
spitting.
Your fucking game, dude.
You're spitting from my soul right now, bro.
It's crazy to me.
I don't know, legit. This is such a great video. Great tier list.
Then you had Cold War. Cold War is not good.
Dude, okay, I respect this because, again, zombie players would see these games very differently. Like, IW would be rated higher. Cold War would be rated higher. But the thing is I remember the whole sentiment about Black Ops Cold War was that it transformed Warzone into something worse. Even though I like the MP in Cold War, I like the campaign, and I like the zombies, and I think overall it's actually kind of like even up here. Maybe I'd probably put it in between really good and okay, but has problems. But yeah, I think because it literally detrimented Warzone so bad, the casuals see it as a not good game. So, honestly, I still think it's the best of the recent modern Call of Duty games, but let's just hope something beats it. Gulf War, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I think Cold War's maps were decent after a while because they did mostly remakes from old games.
Yeah.
They finally kind of realized. I don't know if they
also, this was David Vonderhaar's last Black Ops game. And so if there is no more Black Ops games that do this good in terms of multiplayer, we know why.
They have, because they have in the most recent games. Their map creation's terrible, and it has been for years. So, yeah, I would say
it's almost like they need to give us a map creator and stop making us rely on them. That would be kind of crazy.
Cold War is not good.
It's almost like they need to make a Call of Duty Forge mode, bro.
I kind of liked Cold War. I'm going to upgrade it. I'm going to upgrade it.
This is literally the perfect list. Bro is literally listening to me as I'm watching this video. It's insane. Wow.
I will say,
great video.
Had decent maps after a while because they brought back a lot of their old maps. It had Dead Silence, which is a key factor in making the game good, in my opinion, at this point.
Yeah.
You were able to rush and do some damage with SMGs once in a while, but you needed to use smoke grenades, which was annoying. A negative is...
I also have to say Cold War visually is the best out of like the last 5 games. It is way better.
That you had those stupid fucking health bars again for no need. Like, no necessary need for that.
Yeah, health bars.
A negative as well is when you mantled, you grunt, which means every time you try to flank and mantle something, you get which is stupid.
I didn't know that.
The reason I would say not good is the fact that snipers dominated every single map of the game.
That is
was
true.
Absurdly broken in this game. Again, not balanced.
The snipers were amazing in every mode except zombies. They were horrible in zombies.
At all. It was horrible for that fact.
Yeah.
I think it's
snipers
okay
needed better balancing.
It had decently strong SMGs, but it's not good because the snipers were just fucking insane. Never balanced well. Even at the end of the game's life cycle, there is no flinch on snipers.
This is what I'm saying. After BO3, I don't know who is in the balancing team at Call of Duty, but they need to reassess because every game after BO3 has had huge balancing issues, bro. Like horrific balancing issues.
And the maps were not good either. Only the remakes were good. So you had like...
It's true. I don't remember most of the original Cold War maps they added, so I guess I can agree with that.
Hijack, which is great. Express, Raid, all good remakes.
Yeah.
But most of the maps in the game that were originally made were just not good.
Yeah.
Movement's bad. Movement's not bad in this game.
No, I agree. Movement's not bad.
In this game compared to Modern Warfare 19 and are playing Modern Warfare 2 right now. Modern Warfare 2.
I know. And Modern Warfare 2 had the worst movement.
Use movement is fucking worse than this. Easily.
I agree.
Easily. In this game, you can challenge people in corners. You can't do that in Modern Warfare 2. You can't do it. You can't push them.
It's like I'm actually listening to someone who's played Call of Duty. This is crazy.
So I would put this game in between these two. Okay? In between these two. I'm going to put it in not good category, but I would say it's more in the middle. More in the middle.
I'm
Cold War.
I'm impressed with this list. Like I've not seen one miss so far.
After Cold War, we did another World War II game because we didn't figure out the first time that it wasn't fucking good. Vanguard. Vanguard, not good.
Okay. I know I say Vanguard is the worst game of all time. I respect the decision putting it up here above World War II and Infinite Warfare in terms of a casual standpoint. I can see. I get it. Again, World War II is just not a genre Call of Duty should ever go back to. If I ever hear they're making another World War II game again, I just will not even be deciding to purchase it because, like, if you look at this tier list, all the WW2 games are not even in really good. The top one is World at War, which is 100% deserved. Is still the best World War II game to this day, and there will never be a game that beats this because of how PG Call of Duty is, and that's why, like, I don't like when they do World War II because they just butcher it. They almost like disrespect the actual real life event when they release a game that just has stuff that didn't even happen back then. You know, why are we even entertaining this is my question. So
I think it's better than we have now.
It's fair.
Again, I would kind of put this up here a little bit in the middle.
I disagree with that.
Vanguard had some decent ideas with it. They took away the...
Like, I heard MP was all right. The campaign was horrific, and Zombies was horrific. So
Dead Silence Ninja perk, not a
for
fan of
MP,
that, really.
I can
But it
understand.
did benefit the Dead Silence ability user because they made it so when you used it or called it in, it would take you off radar, so you didn't need to use Ghost sometimes, which is kind of cool as well. It adds a little strategy to it. Piercing Vision kind of plagued Vanguard, even though one perk could counter it. The maps in the game were not the worst, but not the best.
I think Vanguard is easily the least pleasing visual Call of Duty game ever released. They did something with just the visual filter where, like Wildcat, when we watched his video, said it's just tan warfare. It's either brown, gray, or like this weird green tint. It's just disgusting.
Shotguns were
never go back to that.
The fact you could wallbang anything was kind of fun. Yeah, I think the map's kind of in the middle. Again, nowhere near the top of what...
I think it should be in not good. I'd even put it in really not good. Like, it failed 2 out of the 3 categories and barely pulled through with multiplayer, in my opinion.
It's considered good in my mind, but in the middle. The biggest problem with Vanguard is that it's an old game. Old games don't do well. People do not like old games in Call of Duty. They want...
People... Okay. I'm just going to explain my theory as to why people liked World War II games in the past. So when computer games first came out, World War II games were really popular because there was just no accessibility to first-person shooter games like there is now. But now, you have all this stuff. You have fantastical shooters like Fortnite. You have the Finals. You have Apex Legends. You have so many options. Why in the world, out of all of those options, would you ever pick a brown, gray, green filtered World War II shooter? Literally makes no sense, and that is why I think these games, if they ever continue doing World War II games, will continue to drop off the face of the planet because nobody wants to play this when there's such an amazing range of games happening right now.
Want modern shit.
Yes.
Stop making
I
old
agree.
stuff.
I
Don't
agree.
want it.
Yes.
So people lose interest really quick.
This Vanguard, I kid you not, needs to be the last World War II game. If we get another World War II game after Vanguard, I will be publicly roasting that game throughout its entirety of its life cycle, just like I did with Vanguard.
There's not a lot of fun things to do in this kind of game, unfortunately, because they're limited by the time and the era. They can't add stuff into it. Anything in World War II time, they're not going to be like, oh, you can't add a laser gun into it or something cool or fancy.
Well, and that was the biggest issue. Because by the end of the Vanguard's game's life cycle, it just completely lost its identity. It was adding in futuristic stuff. It was adding Raul Menendez from freaking Black Ops 2 2065. Like, that's the biggest issue. It doesn't work with content expansion that they do.
Fun that you can mess around with. So, what am I supposed to do? You just get bored.
Legit.
Yeah, Zombies was also
horrible
really well hated in
game.
that game. I know. I'm not a big Zombies guy, but I know the Zombies community. I follow a lot of them. They were not happy.
No, Vanguard is quite literally the worst Zombies mode ever made. Worse than Ghosts. Literally, worse than Ghosts. It deserves to be worse than Ghosts. Worse than World War II. Way worse than IW Zombies. By far, in my opinion, the worst Call of Duty game ever released. And I will never forget listening to the freaking Activision business meeting call for this Vanguard. And they were like, oh yeah, we're super excited to release Call of Duty Vanguard. It's all ready. It's all ready to go. I was like, oh, a World War II game. Maybe they actually cooked. They didn't cook.
Past Vanguard. What do we move up to now?
They didn't cook.
I'm not even going to include that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I
like this guy. I like this guy. This guy is a legend, bro. Marksman, this is the best tier list I think I've ever seen for Call of Duty. I'm so impressed.
Do you have MW? Shit.
So literally, yeah. After Vanguard, it's MW2. MW3 was not out, and I still think I would put MW3 probably right next to Vanguard in this tier list. It is not good at this point. The Modern Warfare 3 Zombies camo grind is just like, it's a grind. There's only grinding. There's grinding for story missions, schematics, and all that. Multiplayer, I've heard, is just a worse version of Modern Warfare 2 on the same maps, so it kind of suffers from like that Cold War effect. I think it just belongs in not good. Every Call of Duty has barely scrapped just the good. Just to be good. We haven't had just a good on the tier list, you know? Like, it's sad.
I'm putting the not good category.
I'd put MW2 in really not good. I personally really dislike this game. I think this game is literally clickbait. Like, it's a scam. I bought this game because I was thinking I was going to get the Modern Warfare 2 maps. Why are the Modern Warfare 2 maps releasing on Modern Warfare 3? I didn't buy for freaking Modern... And then, what, are they going to release the Modern Warfare 3 maps on Modern Warfare 4? I can't even believe these guys.
It's still not good.
It's terrible.
MW2, the movement's all over the place in terms of like just why they did this stuff bad.
I will say the MW2 campaign is miles better than MW3. That MW3 campaign should be in its own tier of bad. It's horrific.
It isn't. The maps are horrible. We have a lack of maps. Like, granted, you get Warzone 2 and you get DMZ, which is great, but like 3 things that suck is not better than 1 thing that's fucking amazing.
He's spitting! Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, sure we got Warzone 2.0. Sure we got MW2. Sure we got DMZ. Okay. It's not as good as Black Ops 2. Like, it doesn't have to be the amount of content. I would rather play a short amount of quality content over a large amount of just meh. It's always been like that. I don't know why Call of Duty just thinks more is better, you know?
In my mind. That doesn't
so true.
Just because you give me more shitty things doesn't mean I'm going to be happier.
Spit it! Markson, this is the best tier list I've ever
I don't
seen, bro.
accept this.
You have the best tier list, literally. This is the best
A lot
Call
of
of
these are in
Duty
the
tier
middle
list
tier,
I've
but
ever
these
seen.
just aren't good games.
I'm so
If you
impressed.
spent more time making a good multiplayer game with like 14, 12 maps, a lot of good maps, well thought out, multi-lane, multi-level, not just straight fucking lines with a million fucking cars that are.
Also, I'm gonna say this: if you're making a remaster game, so like let's say with BO2 remaster, they should just remaster the maps when you buy the game. Why are we advertising old maps as new content in a remastered game? How does that make any sense? You know? Like they've done that repeatedly, obviously with like Cold War and other games. That needs to go. Stop selling us old content.
Camp on what the hell is that shit?
Legit.
You know, then maybe it would be better. But you know, you just gave me an average BR, an average multiplayer, below average in my mind. I gave examples of why, and then DMZ, which I think DMZ could be great. DMZ could be really good if they give you more to it. DMZ without an economy.
It's funny because DMZ has now been canceled. In Modern Warfare 3, he's like, they need to do this, and it's done. They'll never go back to developing that game and updating it because now it's Modern Warfare 3 zombies. I feel so bad for DMZ players. I'm so sorry for you guys.
That's outside the game for you to collect and build up your base and level things up.
I'm so
it just
sorry for
loses
you guys.
its value of like, all right, so what do you do after the missions are done? Nothing.
Oh,
You do
man.
nothing. The game's done. You won.
And that's it. There's nothing more. They're not going to add anymore.
So DMZ was really cool, and I'm glad they spent some time on it because it is fun. But
I'm
it loses
dead.
its fun
This
value
is
when
so
missions are done,
funny.
and you basically are just driving around trying to interact with other players, and that doesn't always work that well. So,
Dude, like it
I think
literally just like knowing what happened in the future in terms of his mindset right now just makes me so depressed. Like it's hilarious, but it's also just like, dang, like they just move on too fast to even like want us to help make the game mode better, even remotely.
games in the not good section.
That's
I think if
wild.
they were to make this better, or maybe they just need to stop doing so much. Like, stop trying to make Warzone. Just let Raven build Warzone. I don't know. Make it a separate game, and then let.
This is the best Call of Duty tier list I've ever watched. I mean, every single word this man has put out of his mouth is 100% factual, not a actual lie detected.
the other developers focus on a multiplayer.
Wow.
But right now, multiplayer is like, we're just getting a shittier game all around because
Exactly.
we're trying to do too much.
And same thing with zombies. I could say the exact same thing for zombies too. And that's what it goes back to the BO4 point and like how after BO3 it started to descend. Why? Because in BO4, what did they start doing? They started focusing on too much content. Wild that we are still suffering from a mistake from a 2018 video game.
It's not gonna
Wow.
work.
Wow.
The maps are not well made. The movement
That
system
is
was
so
not well thought
true.
out. The perk system, not well thought out. It's just very obvious how many holes you can poke in the overall game with like what happened here, what happened here, what happened here, what happened here. And then we're stuck with what we got because we wait 4 weeks for them to patch one thing.
And that's the other thing. I just tweeted out on Twitter right now about the big Modern Warfare 3 zombies glitch. There's a big glitch where people are just beating the game instantly. You can spawn in with like 1,000,000 points with a tombstone glitch. You can spawn with his schematics. I tweeted out, Treyarch, just patch tombstone out of the game. People are getting upset at me. They're like, bruh, he's upset that everybody doesn't have to grind as long as him. No, I'm not upset about that. I'm upset that you're not even playing the mode. You're literally just going into the mode as a means to an end. You're not even, like, enjoying the game. And that's what Call of Duty is now. It's a means to an end. It's a camo to grind. It's a this to that. It's not like I'm just playing it to enjoy it. How did we go to this? You know, I don't get it.
Like, yeah, a UI is another example. Like, how do you make such a bad UI and no one says anything for 3 years?
And then they bring it back into the next game. Marksman, bro. Bro, we gotta have a talk. I'm gonna follow you on Twitter, bro. For real, you and I think so similarly. I really appreciate this tier list.
Like, I know the
This is
UI wasn't
great.
made right away, so like, let's pretend it was made after a year and a half. How did nobody after a year and a half tell you that your UI is fucking terrible?
I personally think, now this is just a theory of mine, I think it's what the current video game work environment is. People are too scared to tell someone if something sucks or not. And I just think that is low-key what is kind of destroying video game development. Low-key, I'm seeing it in a bunch of other different games, even outside of Call of Duty. And it's just like, have the gall to just say what's on your mind. Even if it is kind of offensive, you don't have to say it in an offensive way. Just say like, hey, I don't think the UI looks that great. Like, why are we trying something new when we could just do already what's working, you know? I don't know. There's some sort of weird sake of innovation in Call of Duty right now that I just don't understand. Quite literally.
I know when I flew out and played it earlier, we didn't get to see the UI, so I couldn't say anything. I didn't get to see anything. But
yeah,
it's very obvious.
They usually just load you into the game when you go to events. That's true.
There's a lot of problems, and they just don't know what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But if you look at a lot of the top games, you're going to see a commonality. First off, all of them are in the modern time era, which is good. All right.
Except BO3, but again, I still think BO3 is as modern as you can get with advanced movement. That's why, like, I think people, when they say BO3 is a bad game, they have no idea what this game set up. It literally came off of one of the worst games ever in the casual standpoint, IW, and made that work, and is still one of the 5 best Call of Duty games ever released, and has the best zombies, and has custom zombies, and has Zombies Chronicles, and has a phenomenal multiplayer experience. Again, this could be sitting right next to BO2 if the campaign was better. I'll say it over and over again. For real.
Probably one of the reasons that people actually want to play this is because it's modern. If you put this back in World War II, bro, it goes down. People would not like it as much.
Spitting.
But the modern era matters a lot to the fans. It just does.
Yeah.
On top of that, I think every game here has dead silence.
That's true.
Yeah, all of them do. All these had dead silence.
Yeah.
And have. Coincidence?
I also think that it's interesting because it's not even a studio. Like, everybody likes to say, oh, Treyarch's the best. Oh, Modern Warfare or Infinity Ward's the best. Oh, Sledgehammer's the best. No, like, look at the top 5. It's a healthy mix between Infinity Ward and Treyarch as well, right? And even the top 10, Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, right? So it's like, it's not about the studio. It's just about the direction they need to be led. I think that is such a key thing.
Maybe, maybe not. I think a lot of these are well known for the best maps they've ever made.
100%.
I think BO3 probably is one of the not as good of maps overall, but the mobility system in the game kind of saves the maps. But
that is insane for him to say. When, like I said, we came off of this game where nobody liked the mobility. Wild, bro. BO3, like I said, did more than most people even begin to realize.
MW3, MW2, COD 4, and Black Ops 2. I bet these games right here are where you can name some of the best maps that are in the franchise easily.
100%.
Between these 4 games.
Yeah, 100%.
They're going to come to mind when those 4 games every time.
Yep. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Marksman.
I think that's the tier list.
This is literally, honestly, I think the best Call of Duty tier list I think I've ever watched. Phenomenal video. Ladies and gentlemen, go check out Marksman. I got to give that a clap. That was perfection. Genuinely. I can tell my man plays Call of Duty. I honestly leave it to a great Call of Duty YouTuber to spit some facts and give it to him straight like that, baby.